So, physics as an answer to the meaning of life is more like a door to a world that functions on physics, but also functions on magic and destiny. And the geometry is kind of just evidence or something for your mind to be able to palette and wrap its head around while you're in this space. And the higher dimensional nature of the geometry and the implications that certain connections between the human brain and these geometries would have, and a connection between physical and quantum, which when I say physical, I mean Newtonian. And when I say Newtonian, what I really mean is perception, which can be thought of as a stream of information that is a separate from other parts of it. What I mean by this is there's vibrational information, there's electromagnetic information, light, there's texture and stuff within the moment of consciousness that the person is having. So what might be happening is that the brain is somehow creating qualia based on the surrounding information in the forms of, sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell. And qualia is something that is unique to an individual. Basically, when you have an experience, the holographic projection that you're experiencing based on reality is your own qualia. No one else can see your blue, you know what I mean? And hypothetically, this blue that only you see, which can be more than just colors, actually interacts with the real world and causes things to happen causality, as in, fire causes smoke, therefore smoke can't exist without fire. You know what I mean? It's like causality is like if you let go of the ball you're holding up, it falls to the ground. Like something can't exist if it's not causally bound to something in reality. You know what I mean? Like, some people say that causality is the entire universe, the whole thing functions on this. But I say no, that's the first part. I say that's the entire universe as what we call the physical world. But also, there is non-causality and hallucinations and angels and experiences that people have beyond light with their vision, beyond kinetic air pulses in your eardrum. And so what it is a bridge between dimensions. And what we are is a bridge between 4, possibly 5. We can palette things that are hallucinogenic, that technically do not exist in the baryonic universe. And we have eyes that create, the illusion of depth. We have an eardrum that takes a 2-dimensional signal and produces a sound that we consider real. And same with, the taste is breaking down the molecules in it's each person's capability to understand that a straight line is one-dimensional, therefore gravity. A circle is two-dimensional, therefore orbit. A sphere is three-dimensional, ergo molecules. You know what I mean? Four-dimensional time, five-dimensional is just as real. But there might be so many more. And things like connecting the double slit experiment with backwards time prove that we can influence things like positrons, and that we have evidence of things that we thought were impossible. So, it's not only geometry, because obviously things cannot be explained by geometry, but geometry is a language that bridges things that people consider magical, like a tree with every single leaf positioned in just the way that the whole tree looks like an angel, with details and everything. You know what I mean? Moments like that, where physics is just the door to get into the space that is beyond the default network mode. And we've found the default network mode in the human brain, so we know where our everyday consciousness stems from. My point, if I have one, is that all of the shit that you've ever believed in is real. All the fantasy about flying around and like color changing paintings and all that stuff. Every possibility within infinity is actualized, and that is known as the universe. We have been in a paradigm of fermions and bosons on planet Earth within a 14 billion year, transformation that's actually the beginning of a 500 billion year cycle of spinning and expanding, vibrating. And it all exists within you. Like eggshells within eggshells within eggshells within eggshells. There's a person on the outside of this universe looking, at it, and you're within it, and it's like a marble. And he's within a universe, you know what I'm saying? And you observing yourself, when you become aware, you are the one who's aware of it. I don't know if there's any point to this at all, but that's pretty much everything I know. I mean, like, shapes are only as relevant as the experience that you're having, but the dimensionalities of the shapes are always relevant in every situation. And what the universe probably is like 11 spheres. And one sphere is electromagnetism, one sphere is the gravitational field, one sphere is the spatial dimension, and the human who exists outside of the universe has a subconscious that takes a little bit from each of these spheres and puts together a world simulation.